Now, first on the Western Slope, you're watching KREX5 News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for starting your day with all of us here at KREX5 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Lee. Here's what you need to know to start your day. Schools in Oregon will now allow students to take mental health days without risking an unexcused absence, thanks to a new law that was proposed by a group of high schoolers. KREX5's Jillian McCarthy looks into what this type of law could do for students here in Colorado.
I think in Mesa County, yes, it needs to be addressed.
Scheduling mental health days off for students in Mesa County may be a good idea.
It's important that they have the opportunity to get help or to have a day off for rest.
But there's some warnings for these days off.
There needs to be some checkpoints of, are they going to go to a therapist? If they're taking a mental health day, how is that being monitored?
Recent high school graduate Lindsay says there's always room for improvement in the area of mental health.
There's always something that we can be improving with, and so having mental health days would be something stepping in the right direction towards that.
One can argue that taking a mental health day off from school is perceived as weak, but others say it's meant to change the stigma around an important topic.
Stomping the stigma in mental health and creating the conversation.
It's a conversation that's not always talked about.
If someone comes in with a cast and crutches, everyone's going to be around to help carry their books and get them to school and get another desk and get their leg propped up. If someone walks in feeling depressed, now we're not allowed to talk about it.
If this becomes established in Colorado, experts say there needs to be a plan set into action of how students spend their day off.
If they're going to place a law that's going to say the kids can have the day off, then let's make it a productive day.
First on the Western Slope, I'm Jillian McCarthy for KREX5 News.
And as parents and children gear up for a new school year, one supply company is preparing for the unthinkable. Bullet-resistant backpacks have been on the market for a little while now, but in recent years, and for obvious reasons, they've gained serious popularity. Several stores sell them, including Office Depot, which is where many students and teachers are shopping for back-to-school supplies. There are several of these bags on the market, and one is made by Guard Dog Security, a self-defense brand that sells things like pepper spray and alarm systems. They claim their bulletproof backpacks can stop several different handgun calibers, including 9mm and .44 Magnum.
It's sad what this has become and how far this has gone. I feel like these backpacks will really change the safety. It does bring a lot of emotion to me.
Statistics show just how much the sale of bulletproof backpacks has increased in recent years. In fact, the Washington Post reports that some manufacturers have seen as much as a 500% increase since 2012. Nearly 50% of kids in Mesa County qualify for free or reduced lunch, and this year free breakfast programs in District 51 will be serving more schools than ever before. The Breakfast After the Bell program will be adding R5 High School to the list, which already includes Fruitvale Elementary and Mount Garfield and Bookcliff Middle Schools. Through the Universal Breakfast Program, the federal government will subsidize free breakfast for all students at Chipeta, Clifton, Dos Rios, Nisley, and Rocky Mountain Elementaries. And even though these schools already qualify for free breakfast programs, it's still very important that parents apply so that these programs can stick around.
All the 5 schools on that list actually have 80% or above, and that's what qualifies them for that program, because you have to have a lot of people use it. We want people to still keep applying, because then we know that that's still 80%.
D51 is reminding parents that they also still need to apply for free and reduced meals, since this program only covers breakfast. As a whole, District 51 has 49% of students who qualify for free and reduced meals, and Nisley Elementary tops the list with 87% of students receiving subsidized meals. And the Bureau of Land Management announced they'd be moving their headquarters to Grand Junction, and on Monday we learned that there's a new head of the BLM who will be overseeing the move. KREX5 News reporter Mike KREX has the details.
The sweeping changes for the Bureau of Land Management continued Monday as Interior Secretary David Bernhardt signed an order making Wyoming lawyer and writer William Perry Pendley the acting head of BLM. He's written books scathing federal authorities and environmental advocates. In 2016, Pendley argued in a National Review article that the, quote, founding fathers intended all land owned by the federal government to be sold, end quote. Some national conservation groups called the move an alarming choice. I reached out to Western Colorado Alliance and they had no comment, and my why calls were not returned by several other Colorado conservation groups. That's not to say Penley comes without supporters. For decades, he's championed ranchers in standoffs with the federal government over grazing and other uses of public lands. Here in the Grand Valley, where the BLM is slated to move their headquarters, West Slope Colorado Oil and Gas Association see an opportunity.
It's a new paradigm in managing federal lands, and we look forward to this opportunity. He's very much involved with Western issues, and I think that's important to the BLM. That's one of the reasons they're moving their office here to Grand Junction, is to be closer to the resource that they're responsible to manage.
And closer to those who advance the president's priorities, which include energy independence. But with tightening of oil and gas regulations here in Colorado, West Slope Colorado Oil and Gas Association say there are still questions on the table.
We certainly have a daunting task here in Colorado with nearly 14 rules being put forth in the next 18 months. And so we don't know what the rules are going to be, and frankly, working on federal lands is a question that we have left unresolved.
And with a new director in town, some of those questions might be answered.
Having the director here, he'll have first-hand knowledge. He'll see in the Piceance Basin what happens here. He'll see the interaction with state rules, local government opportunities that are here in the Piceance Basin.
First on the Western Slope, Mike KREX, KREX5 News.